I am Sian Dhillon. I work for St Basils. St Basils is a registered housing association and charity supporting 16 to 25-year-olds who are homeless or at risk of homelessness.
Okay.
St Basils can't tackle homelessness by ourselves. It takes a community to raise young people. And my role is to develop those relationships with our business and community partners,
Okay.
so that are out there that you know sometimes want to help but don't know how to. I'm the person that interacts with those and develops those relationships.
What can I do to help you and to help your organisation?
Well, it's a collaborative kind of approach that we look at. So I actually would be looking at your business as what's your desirable outcomes for the business, really.
Okay.
First and foremost. So what are your objectives? So if your objectives are that you want to give back to the community, I'd be looking at the kind of the size of your business, the amount of employees you have that could actually engage with us. It's really important for us, for our young people, to feel cared about, to have good accommodation and trusted support. So it'd be looking at, as a business, are you doing well? What are you doing well in? Do you have opportunities for young people to take part in work experience, apprenticeships? Are those opportunities there? Are there opportunities from your employees to engage with us, to mentor our young people, talk about the sector that you work in and how those young people could, if that was one of their aspirations, for a career, how would they get into that kind of industry? But we have a calendar of fundraising events that a lot of businesses use as team building events. It's great for networking, it's great for getting employees together that sometimes are, maybe have offices in different areas and things.
What does it cost to run St Basils per year?
We need to raise over £1 million a year in order to provide our employability programme, which we know underpins the prevention of homelessness and future, the future risks to young people becoming homeless. If you tackle that, then you've got a good chance of not returning back into the cycle. So our fundraising target is 1 million a year, and we do that through fundraising activities such as events. And like I said, that also pays for our life skills programme, as well as our capital works. We have 42 buildings that need work doing on them to keep them up, because we provide quality housing for our young people. We think that's really important for young people to feel safe, secure, but also be proud of the place that they're in. It's good for their mental health. You can support many causes, but there's many ways to get involved in that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that you have to give a lot of money or you have to give a lot of your time. It's just to investigate what causes in your communities affect you or are relatable to you, to be able to direct your support to. When you look at how the bidding, the procurement processes work, is that, look, most contractors will go in with a bid, and how it's evaluated is on quality and time. It's evaluated on budget, what budget they're putting in their bids, and then the last bit is the social value. How is this going to benefit your region? How is this going to benefit the community? And that could be through apprenticeships, for instance. So a contractor could win a bid, but they're obligated to provide maybe 3 or 4 apprenticeships, and as well, it's picking the right young people for those apprenticeships as well, because it's very easy to provide to offer an apprenticeship to a young person from a privileged family, for instance. Because you know what you're getting. You know that they're going to turn up for work. You know that you're not going to have any. Well, hopefully you'd hope that you'd not have any complex issues, or you wouldn't have to. Whereas if you go with somebody who's got some complex needs or have had some issues with their housing and maybe need a bit more work, you're less likely to go with those vulnerable groups. And I think that's where the times are changing, where people are identifying, no, these are the people that need it most. These young people are in most need of those kind of apprenticeships and that kind of support from our community, from our business community. And that's being identified now, and it's being recognised by responsible businesses that that's the case. And those responsible businesses are looking to work with us and partner with us for that, because we have a huge pool of young people. I mean, St Basil sees, our Birmingham Youth Hub alone sees about 3,500 young people come through our doors for support. So
And how long's that journey for them coming through your doors and then exiting on the other side? You know, better prepared, stronger, happier, mentally more resilient to sort of face the challenges. How long is that cycle? Does it depend on
it depends.
individual?
It does. It's exactly that. So we could, and that's why we have a range of different accommodation schemes and different levels of support. A homeless prevention, street homeless team, outreach team that goes out onto the street of Birmingham. So if, for instance, it's a young person who's had some really complex traumas, we have to put the right support in place to be able to address that.
Practical everyday skills.
Sure. So it just depends on the young person, but we do. I mean, we at the moment our success rate is 90%.
Right. Next step is a business has heard what you've said. They're going to be impressed because what you say is amazing. What's their next step? How can do they approach yourself? Do they go to your website? How do they start that relationship between them as a business and St. Basils?
So they could approach me directly. They can approach St. Basils and they'll be directed. We have business executives that work for the charity that are effectively corporate fundraisers. But there's myself who covers Birmingham and the Black Country, and we've also got other workers that cover the other areas in which we work in, so Coventry, Warwickshire, and things like that, because we see the value in not just for us and the opportunities of our young people, but also for businesses to do well. We're really keen to see businesses do well in the regions that we're working in, because obviously then there's more employment opportunities for our young people. And for economic growth, which actually in turn helps prevent homelessness. So I'd suggest that any business out there that's looking for a good cause or something to get involved in their community with, definitely approach me, and I'm more than happy to chat with them about their business and what their business objectives are. That'd be great.
Sian, are there any companies out there that you would like to have a working relationship with St. Basils, but have not yet made that final that link?
And so we're looking at those that have been awarded contracts recently. The opportunities with HS2 and Commonwealth Games. These are great opportunities for for young people. So those that are winning those contracts or looking to win contracts. Then they're the kind of businesses that I'd like to speak to. A lot of them is in construction, waste management. I'd like to speak to businesses that are looking to like I said, who have won contracts with the HS2 and Commonwealth Game projects.
Okay, excellent. All right. Well, viewers watching today, they will know the construction players, and they will know the waste management players. If the construction guys and the waste management guys aren't watching this film, then we'd certainly ask viewers that if you know those people, to reach out to them and get them to reach out to Sian.
But it's a really important point. It doesn't matter what size of your business is. I want to work with people that really want to make a difference in the places that they work and live in, and help our young people and future generations really. Thank you.
Thanks for coming out, Sian.
No, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.